All right, I'm gonna walk through here what our current process is. So these jobs, we're gonna bill out an irrigation startup. So we're walking through my estimate here. These are all jobs that were marked as done by our landscape manager. So right here, jobs complete, needs invoice. We've got our sorting done. So I've got 2 pages of irrigation startups that need to be billed, and I'm just gonna kind of pick one here randomly and do an invoice for it. So let's go to page 2, look for one that we don't currently mow, so it's not an all the time job. Let's pick this one right here, Glenn and Nancy Teal. So I'm gonna double click on it so I can get it ready to port to QuickBooks. So I'm gonna just double check what is in here now. So first and foremost, everything is showing up as it needs to be 12 payments. So I've got to adjust this to 1 payment, and I've got to change the billing type to be per season. Otherwise I don't have a dollar amount. So you can see now the amount shows that there was a startup they got 1 hour of billing, 1 valve, 1 crimp clamp. So that's in there. When I go to put the notes in of what got done as far as startup, and if I write and repairs, this does not show up in QuickBooks, but that's a whole nother problem. So I'm still working on 1 invoice. So irrigation startup and repairs, I've got a dollar amount now. This is all set. I'm gonna save this. So that's saved, and now I'm gonna mark it for QuickBooks export. So mark for export, so I just did 1. So I'll go back to my estimates, but let's forget about that now, because I'm just gonna port that 1 job into QuickBooks right now. So I'm on my import estimate screen here. We're gonna click on that. Next, retrieving data. I'm gonna find that job that that needs to be sent in. It's right there. First thing I'm gonna do is I need to match it, because it shows up as a whole different job here as Ed Barbieri when it's actually Glenn and Nancy Teal. That's not gonna work, so I have to click on edit match, and I need to go through this and find Teal in our 2,000 customers that we service. So I'm walking down here, let me find Teal. I guess I could have just searched it, would have been a lot faster, but they're in alphabetical order. So there's Glenn and Nancy Teal. I'm gonna hit okay. Now it's matched. I can say sync now. That top one's not going through for some reason. I haven't figured out. Oh, it looks like they both ported in. So now I'm gonna close it. Now I'm gonna open up QuickBooks. I'm gonna go here, Glenn and Nancy Teal, irrigation. So there is my estimate. I'm gonna double click on that. None of the verbiage that was typed in or what repairs got done are showing up. So I have to either go into that job and figure out what was done and manually type it in here, but I don't have time to do that. So I'm just gonna say irrigation startup and repairs, and there's no details. So they're probably gonna call and ask what repairs got done, because why was the bill $109? That's a whole other problem. So this is matched, this is an irrigation service. So I'm gonna save this now. That's now saved. I've got an estimate. I got to make it an invoice. So I'm going to open it up again. Create invoice, 100% of the value, create invoice. The invoice has now been done, but there's no dates for what day that job got done. And actually the estimate screen shows me no dates. So what I have to do, I've printed off this report that you told me to print. Now I'm going to find Teal in this report that tells me when. Okay, what do we got here? Volman, oh, it wasn't in order. Let me find it here on the page. Swartz. I'm actually not seeing Teal on this report. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to open up LMN time to tell me what date that got done. So let's go find jobs. We could probably go schedule, select crews, irrigation. Hold on, I don't even know what date I'd have to go. I'll have to do a whole different date range. Let me go back to May. Set here. You know what? That's taking too long. But you see what normally I would print this report, and but it's not on here for some reason. So I'll find that later. But once I do find the date, I'll manually type it in. I'll hit print later. Save and close. Now the invoice is finally ready to send. I just did 1 job. Thank you.